1966 en Connecticut. Ha vivido en distintos países como Estados Unidos, Canadá y Australia. Estudió en la Universidad de Yale y la Universidad de Cambridge y se sintió atraída por la literatura a muy temprana edad. Es una de las representantes más sobresalientes en la actualidad de la literatura norteamericana. Ha escrito novelas muy aclamadas como Los hijos del emperador, que supone un agudo retrato de la vida de la intelectualidad juvenil en Manhattan y que fue preseleccionada para el premio Booker y se convirtió en un superventas de New York Times, además de ser elegido mejor libro del año por ese mismo medio, por Los Angeles Times y el Washington Post. Entre sus otras novelas se incluyen La vecina de arriba, La niña en llamas, todas ellas traducidas al castellano por Galaxia Gutenberg. Y esta tarde vamos a hablar de su novela más reciente, que tenemos aquí, que se titula Esta, extraña y azarosa historia. Es uno de los libros más esperados, uno de los libros más esperados del pasado año, y narra 7 décadas de una familia franco-argelina itinerante, los Messud, que viven con un sentimiento de desarraigo, de desplazamiento, en un exilio múltiple, no solo geográfico, sino también cultural y sobre todo emocional, y que están basados en la historia de la propia familia de Messud. Entonces, let's talk. Mi primera pregunta sería, cuando se jubiló en los años 70, tu abuelo escribió para tu hermana y para ti unas memorias de más de 1000 páginas a modo de recopilación de la que había sido la historia de su vida y la de vuestro abuelo. No podemos decir que esta sea una novela autobiográfica, creo que así también lo dirá Claire ahora, pero creo, por las otras novelas suyas que he leído, que quizás sí que sea la que se aproxima más a su propia historia familiar, biográfica e incluso emocional. Esta novela, como decía, parte de ese manuscrito real escrito por su abuelo, y mi pregunta es si por favor nos puede explicar cómo surgió la necesidad de contar esta historia y cómo supo que tenía que escribir una novela de ficción, es decir, llevar a la ficción acontecimientos absolutamente reales y tan próximos a él.
So good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to be the interpreter of today's session, so welcome. As a brief introduction about Claire Messud, we're going to be talking and then we will have some questions. Brief introduction. She lived in Canada and Australia. She studied in Yale and Cambridge, where she was really aroused by the literature. Nowadays, she's one of the main exponents of the English literature, having several bestsellers according to New York Times and LA Times. Today, we are here to talk about this strange and eventful history, one of the most anticipated books of the author. It talks about 7 decades of family saga, about the unrooting and about their feelings throughout this history, taking us through different places around the world. It's a story based on her own story, as we can say. And first, my first question for you, Claire, would be, when he retired in the 1970s, your grandfather, Gaston Messud, wrote for your sister and for you a memoir of over 1,000 handwritten pages as a compilation of what has been his and your grandmother's life story. This is not an autobiographical novel, but perhaps it is the closest to your own story of all the ones that you have written so far. This novel stems from that real manuscript written by your grandfather. Could you please explain to us how the need to tell this story arose? When did you know you had to write a novel based on your family history?
Thank you, Pilar, and thank you, Sergio. That's incredible. I just want to say yeah. And thank you for the question. So yes, my father's family were French from Algeria, and my grandfather was in the Navy, and when they retired after they ended up in Toul, and my grandfather used to go up. His study was in the apartment had a little top floor with a study, and he would go up to the study. He was a man of very fixed routines, and he would go upstairs in the morning after doing the shopping, and from sort of 9 till 12:30 he would write, and then he would have lunch and a siesta, and then he would do other things. And so over several years he wrote this family history, which even as children we knew he was doing. So maybe one of the answers to the question of when did I think I would have to tell some version of this story, even if it was, you know, publishing his version or what, you know, his story. I feel like it was always in my life from earliest childhood, the sense that there were stories to tell or stories being told. Should I pause there for a minute?